They were called the Draxen Colossal, armored apex predators of the Tri-Crucible Nebula. 9 feet tall on average, with hide that deflected plasma and strength that crushed titanium like clay. For centuries, they were the enforcers of the Galactic Accord, the unchallenged top of the food chain. No one dared defy them, not until the humans arrived. At first, the Galactic Council was amused by humanity, fragile, emotional, impulsive beings from a so-called death world. But when humans colonized 3 supervolcanic worlds, adapted to black hole proximity, and turned an asteroid impact into a terraforming advantage, amusement shifted to concern. The Draxen called it arrogance. So they issued a challenge, publicly, formally, recorded in over 800 languages. We will fight your finest, our strength versus your species. Winner claims the right to lead galactic security forces. Humanity replied with a smile. The Council was shocked when Earth accepted. Even more so when they announced the champion, Captain Mira Cade, a woman barely 6 feet tall with no visible augmentation, armed with nothing but a reinforced combat suit and her experience from the Europa insurgency. The match was set on Arena Prime, a neutral gravity-locked moon designed for full-spectrum combat trials. Billions tuned in across the galaxy. The Draxen champion, General Vorak, stepped forward, a mountain of rage and muscle, with ceremonial war blades forged from neutron star fragments. Mira entered quietly, calm, confident. The audience laughed. It took 47 seconds. The Draxen didn't just lose. Vorak was obliterated. At first, it looked like Mira was dodging, letting him wear himself out. Then came the counters, precise, brutal, clinical. She used physics like a scalpel, leveraging momentum, redirecting force, exploiting tiny weaknesses in Vorak's stance, timing, and ego. And then one blow. A thunderclap echoed through the arena as her powered elbow strike shattered the Draxen's sternum. He didn't rise again. Mira stepped back, wiped blood off her glove, and said into the silence, "We didn't come to fight, but we do finish what others start." Panic followed. The Draxen didn't accept defeat. That wasn't their way. They declared humanity a threat to galactic stability. Less than a week later, 12 of their warships descended on Earth's outer colonies. Only 2 words came from the Terran Defense Corps. Permission granted. What followed wasn't war. It was a demonstration. The 7th Human Fleet, infamously nicknamed a Quiet Storm, was dispatched. No grand speeches, no ultimatums, just clinical, rapid response. In the first hour, 3 Draxen capital ships were destroyed from outside sensor range. In the second, 2 more were hacked, their own weapons turning inward. By the third hour, Draxen commanders were ejecting in escape pods. But Earth wasn't done. A task force landed on the Draxen homeworld of Zorak Tool, not to conquer, but to dismantle. Stealth drones disabled planetary defenses. Tactical AI shut down their orbital fleet mid-launch. Ground forces dropped without resistance. And then came the transmission broadcast across the galaxy. General Armin Reza, commander of the Quiet Storm, stood in full armor before the shattered gates of the Draxen War Council. "We warned you. Humanity is not a threat unless you make us one. You challenged us, and now you'll rebuild from the ruins you brought upon yourselves." The feed zoomed out, revealing a crater where the Draxen capital once stood, smoking wreckage still glowing red. Across the galaxy, fear turned into something else. Respect. Species that had long endured Draxen bullying sent quiet thanks. Former rivals requested alliances. Even the Galactic Council revised its charter, now requiring human approval for major security decisions. The Draxen? They retreated, disgraced. Some say their warrior caste dissolved entirely. Others say they're still trying to piece together what happened. Literally. Because even years later, remnants of their shattered fleet are still being discovered drifting in asteroid belts and planetary rings. Some simply whisper, "Don't challenge the Deathworlders." Especially not the calm ones. A lone Drakezen youth, born after the fall, visited the museum on Earth, once specifically the mirror exhibit. He stood quietly before the cracked helmet she wore, now encased in stasis glass. The inscription read, "Strength is not in size. It's in knowing when to stop and when not to." He left the museum that day, humbled and wiser.